What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming out with the hot topic analysis. Just wrapping up tonight with the last couple of trades that ended up happening on this beautiful Wednesday night on February 4th, the day before the trade deadline is ended. And we're going to talk about all the other trades that happened that wasn't the Anthony Davis trade or the Jared McCain trade. It was some smaller trades that ended up happening. The Cleveland Cavaliers ended up trading Lonzo Ball and 2 second rounders to the Utah Jazz. Lonzo Ball didn't really pan out for them. They thought he was a big acquisition this summer. His size, his shooting ability, his passing, and his defense is what they thought that they was getting when they was able to bring him in this offseason. It didn't really work out the way that they thought that it would. So now they're moving off of him because he hasn't been the fit that they thought that he would be for them. It sucks that it didn't work out. Obviously, you want to come in and prove them right. They take a chance on you. They take a gamble on you, and you feel confident that you can pay it off. And then it doesn't work out. It doesn't go your way. It doesn't go their way. And then y'all have to go y'all separate ways. It always hurts a little bit when it's like that, but it ended up being like that for the Cavs when they took a gamble on Lonzo Ball this offseason. The Cavs will shave $10 million off the books in this move. This will bring the Cleveland Cavaliers to roughly $3.8 million from getting under the second apron. If you have a chance and the opportunity to do it, you have to. And most teams are trying to do that anyway. And that's why this move made sense, even from a business perspective, not just a fit perspective. Utah is expected to waive Ball. He's going to become a free agent because of that. They don't really need him. Plus, they got 2 second rounders just to take on his contract, just to be able to waive him. That's a good price to be able to waive somebody of his caliber. The veteran point guard will be able to sign with another team for the remainder of the season if somebody wants him or want to pick him up. The 2026 2027 team option for Ball will be declined as a result of the waiver, leaving no long-term money on the Jazz cap sheet. So this year is done and over with for them. Makes sense for them to do this. Makes sense for the Cavaliers to do it. And that's why that deal ended up happening. This is more of a random trade that came out of nowhere. Chris Paul ended up getting traded by the Los Angeles Clippers after he got sent home and not asked to be a part of the team. He gets traded to the Raptors, and Ochai Agbaji, who has been a decent player for them, he gets traded to the Nets in a tax-saving deal. Um, a 2032 second rounder in cash is what the Nets is going to get when they also get Ochai Agbaji. Paul will not report to the Raptors and could be traded to another team by the end of the deadline, which is tomorrow. Paul was sent home by the Clippers in early December. For people that don't know, obviously, Paul has continued to work out and work on his game, and he never knows what team he's going to be on. He's still trying to be the best version of himself that he can be for any team that's willing to trade for him or any team that's willing to sign him so he can help them out. The Clippers do create a roster spot, and they do save $7 million in luxury tax with this trade. The Raptors get under the luxury tax by adding Agbaji into Brooklyn space, who took him in this trade. Like I said, a lot of teams are trying to avoid maxing out their rosters. A lot of teams are trying to avoid paying more money than they actually have to. And if they don't have a chance of winning a championship, they're definitely trying to shed salary and not add any salary that they don't have to have on their roster if they can avoid it. And that's just how it has been for the last couple years. You're getting rid of players that could help you or could be a difference maker for you. But since you feel like you can't go all the way to win the title, you just say, we rather just get rid of the player than go all in. And a lot of teams have done that and has been consistent with that for so many years now. And that's why you see a guy like Agbaji gone. And that's why you see like a guy like Lonzo Ball gone. If he ain't playing well, he ain't doing much for it. Even if he can fix it before the end of the season, or even if he can do it in the playoffs, we rather let you go because we feel like financial flexibility and not paying a lot of money on a team that we feel personally, or even as an organization, that isn't great enough this year to win it. We rather just cut that tax and cut that money if we can. And that's just the way it has been, and that's just the way that it is right now. And another trade that ended up happening, which is the biggest one, the Charlotte Hornets trade for Coby White and Mike Conley Jr., who just got to the Bulls and now he got traded again. Colin Sexton is the guy that they get, in a 3 second-round picks. The Bulls will also take back Dieng from the Thunder as a part of the deal, with the Hornets sending Mason Plumlee to the Thunder. So not only do the Thunder get Jared McCain, now they get another big, just in case Hartenstein or Chet get injured. They got another big body that can finish around the rim and rebound, and that's something that they don't really need too bad, but it is good to have. Did not, I guess, White will be a free agent in the offseason and has been considered a strong candidate to be traded. White is on a $12.9 million expiring contract. A lot of teams are not really trying to take a gamble on him. They know he can score. They know he can finish. They know he can shoot a little bit. They know he can be a spark off a bench or in the starting lineup. He is averaging 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists in 29 games this season for the Bulls. And that's something that he's been able to show that he belongs in the NBA. He's a good player, and he's been able to prove that with the Bulls, and that's the team that drafted him, and that's the team that wanted him. And he's been there for a couple of seasons, but they just don't feel like he's worth keeping around because of the money situation, and they don't really feel like he's really making too much of a difference for their team, since they're not really a huge playoff team the last couple of years. They're more of a play-in team or close to a playoff team, so they don't really see a point of keeping him around since they're not really winning a ton of games. Anyway, the Bulls will receive the least favorable second rounder of the Charlotte Hornets and Denver Nuggets picks in 2029, along with the New York Knicks in 2031, and the Nuggets also in 2031. So those 3 second-round picks are really, really good, in my personal opinion, especially because I actually like Colin Sexton too. You're not really losing much getting him for Coby White, especially when you look at the fact that you got more things that you can do and more flexibility also after this trade. And Zhang, you just don't ever know what you're going to get out of him. He has a lot of potential. He has a lot of upside. And you just want him to be healthy, and you just want to see what he can do when he does get on the court. And the Bulls have been taking guys that have upside and potential because they are a young team and they're still trying to find stars or guys that can be potential stars. And that even includes trying to find them in the draft or by a trade. So it does make a lot of sense for them to try to find a way to take a gamble and a flyer on a guy like Zhang, who has a good body, has a decent touch, and now he just has to get the understanding and the skill part of his game up, and then he might be a decent player or might be a starter. You never know until you take a chance on them. You never know until you try to go out there and see what they're about, see what they are on when you get them on your roster, when you get them in your gym, when you get them in your facility. Then you can see what they're really about and how their work ethic is and how their mind works. And those are important things to do if you're going to invest in a player that has a lot of potential and upside, and that's going to take money and stuff like that in time to be able to see how good and how great they can possibly be for you. But none of these trades are going to make a huge impact on any team. I don't think Coby White is going to do much for the Hornets. He's just as good as Colin Sexton. Mike Conley, I don't see him being on a team that long. Obviously, he's going to be a veteran, so he's going to possibly go somewhere else where he has a chance to win the championship. And obviously, Coby White, I like him. He's a fun player, but the Hornets are not a team that's going to win anything significant right now. They have a chance to in the future if they keep their core together, but not a championship level move. for them. And then Jock Landale, he's a guy that's been improving and showing what he can do this entire year. He's been a solid role player and a solid big for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's giving you 11.6 rebounds, 1 assist, and he's shooting 50% from the field and 38% from three, showing you that he's an inside out big. And he's also giving you one assist with also the ability to score in the paint by post ups, and that's something that you don't see every day in today's game, but it's something that he can do. The Jazz are trading newly acquired Jock Landale to the Atlanta Hawks for cash considerations. The Jazz acquired Landale from the Grizzlies in the 8-player trade that also sent Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah. The Hawks will need to waive a player to bring in Landale, who will provide much needed depth at the center position, size, and good scoring. The Jazz needed a roster spot to pick up Lonzo Ball, who they are acquiring from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and a salary shedding move to I would say salary shed move for the Cavaliers. But Landale is a quality big. He's going to be bringing effort. He's going to bring energy. He's going to play hard. He's going to try to, dominate the painted area as much as he can. And those are the type of guys you like. You know what they're going to do. You know they're going to come in and try to accomplish. You know they're going to play their role at a high level, not whine, not complain, be a professional, and just understand what they're out there to do. And that's all that we asking for him to do as a coaching staff and as an organization. And Landale is one of those guys that you can feel that way and know that he can be that for you. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Other than that, I'll be seeing y'all later today, hopefully with more instant analysis. It's good to get my analysis out for the trades that ended up happening today. We got more tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. Other than that, see y'all later, hopefully.